Welcome to Aging Together, a podcast dedicated to exploring the challenges and opportunities of caring for our aging loved ones. This podcast is a product of Caregiver Consulting and Healthy Solutions, a private consulting practice dedicated to helping you navigate the aging process with ease. Together, we will dive into a wide range of topics, including health and wellness, financial planning, caregiving, and more. This podcast is for everyone, whether you are an older adult looking to age in place, a caregiver seeking support and guidance, a young or middle-aged adult planning for the future, or simply someone interested in learning more about the aging process. I hope you'll join me on this journey. Let's navigate aging together. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, Pooja, and you're listening to Aging Together. May is bringing us a month full of topics. This week, I'm focusing on Asian, Pacific Islander, and Desi American Heritage Month, also known as APIDA Heritage Month. In today's episode, I'm taking a dive into aging with APIDA communities. To begin, let me provide you a general definition of APIDA. The acronym APIDA, or APIDA, stands for Asian, Pacific Islander, and Desi American. The term is often used in the United States to refer to individuals and communities with origins in various parts of Asia, the Pacific Islands, and South Asia, which is the Desi part of the acronym. Asia is a large and diverse region that includes many countries and ethnicities. Some of the countries commonly included in the category of Asian Americans include China, India, Japan, Korea, the Philippines, Vietnam, Cambodia, Laos, and Thailand, among others. Similarly, Pacific Islander is a broad term that encompasses many distinct island nations and territories, including but not limited to Fiji, Samoa, Tonga, Hawaii, and Guam. Desi is a term often used in South Asian communities to refer to people from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and other neighboring countries. It's worth noting that the term APIDA is not used universally or consistently across all contexts, and some individuals and communities may identify differently. For the purpose of this episode, I will be using this term as a useful shorthand for referring to the diverse range of cultures and identities within these broad categories. The APIDA population is rapidly growing and aging in the United States. According to the US Census Bureau, the APIDA population in the U.S. is projected to more than double from 23.1 million in 2020 to 51.9 million by 2060, making it the fastest growing racial ethnic group in the country. However, the aging experiences of APIDA individuals are not uniform, and there are disparities in health outcomes and access to care. For example, Asian American elders are more likely to have limited English proficiency and lower income compared to non-Hispanic white elders, which can limit their access to healthcare and other resources. Pacific Islanders have higher rates of chronic diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease compared to other racial or ethnic groups. And Southeast Asian Americans, including refugees and immigrants, may have experienced trauma and stress related to resettlement and acculturation, which can impact their mental and physical health. There are also disparities within the APIDA population itself. For example, older Korean Americans have higher rates of depression and suicide compared to other Asian American groups. And South Asian Americans may be at a higher risk for cardiovascular disease and diabetes due to factors such as diet and sedentary lifestyle. The growing APIDA aging population in the U.S. faces unique challenges related to healthcare access, language barriers, and cultural differences in care preferences. Addressing these disparities requires culturally appropriate care and increased awareness of the diversity within the APIDA population. To start, APIDA communities share many common values when it comes to aging, including a strong emphasis on family and respect for elders. APIDA cultures traditionally prioritize intergenerational care and view aging as a natural part of life that should be respected and honored. Many APIDA families also prioritize collective decision-making, with input from multiple family members when it comes to caring for aging relatives. Compared to APIDA cultures, Western or American communities tend to have a more individualistic approach to aging. While family is still valued, the emphasis on independence and self-sufficiency in Western cultures can sometimes conflict with traditional family-based care. Western cultures often prioritize professional care over family-based care, and aging adults may opt to live independently or in assisted living facilities rather than with family members. Additionally, APIDA cultures tend to view aging as a natural part of life that should be respected and honored, whereas in Western cultures, aging is sometimes viewed as a negative experience associated with physical and cognitive decline. APIDA cultures often have cultural practices and rituals that honor and celebrate aging, whereas Western cultures may place less emphasis on such traditions. There are also differences in the role of decision-making in caring for aging relatives. In APIDA cultures, collective decision-making with input from multiple family members is often prioritized, while in Western cultures, decision-making may be more individualistic and based on the preferences of the aging adult. In terms of how these traditions have been retained or adapted in modern times, it varies by community and individual family. Some APIDA families have retained traditional practices, such as multi-generational living arrangements, while others have adapted a modern living situation by providing care remotely or hiring professional caregivers. This has shed light to other challenges when it comes to generational living in the United States. First and or second generation APIDA children may face several cultural challenges when deciding on caregiver roles and responsibilities for their aging parents in the United States, particularly when their parents' expectations conflict with Western cultural norms. Some of these challenges include conflicting cultural values, language barriers, generational differences, and financial constraints. APIDA cultures often prioritize collective decision-making and family obligation, which may clash with Western cultural values of individualism and autonomy. This can create tension when adult children are expected to take on caregiving responsibilities for their aging parents, which may interfere with their own goals and aspirations. Communication is key in any caregiving relationship, but language barriers can make it difficult to express needs, preferences, and expectations. This can be particularly challenging when working with healthcare providers or navigating complex legal and financial systems. Generationally, APIDA seniors may have different expectations for their caregiving than their adult children, particularly around issues of respect and autonomy. This can create tension and misunderstandings when adult children attempt to balance their parents' needs with their own. And finally, financially, caregiving can be expensive, and APIDA families may face additional financial constraints due to cultural expectations around financial responsibility and family obligations. This can make it difficult for adult children to provide the level of care they would like to provide for their aging parents. These cultural challenges can make caregiving for APIDA seniors a complex and emotionally charged issue. However, there are resources available to help families navigate these challenges and make informed decisions about caregiving roles and responsibilities. Examples of these resources include the National Asian Pacific Center on Aging, or NAPCA, the Asian American Health Initiative, AAHI, the AARP Public Policy Institute, and Stanford Healthcare's Asian Health Program. In some cases, APIDA communities have also faced unique challenges when it comes to aging, such as limited access to healthcare services. Some organizations have worked to address these issues and promote culturally appropriate care for APIDA elders. For example, NAPCA offers resources and support for APIDA seniors and their families. Examples of their resources and support include health and wellness programs, caregiver training and support, housing assistance, legal assistance, and community outreach. In addition to specific programs and services, NAPCA also provides general information and resources about aging-related issues, including healthcare, financial planning, and social services. They also offer translation and interpretation services to help seniors who may have limited English proficiency. Overall, NAPCA aims to support and empower APIDA seniors and their families to live healthy, independent, and dignified lives as they age. It is important for aging APIDA communities and their families to seek culturally informed healthcare services for several reasons. 1. Improved communication. APIDA communities have unique cultural values and beliefs around healthcare that can affect their attitudes and behaviors towards healthcare providers. Culturally informed healthcare providers can understand and respect these values and communicate with APIDA patients and their families in a way that is culturally appropriate and effective. 2. Addressing barriers to healthcare. APIDA seniors and their families may face unique barriers to healthcare access, including language barriers, transportation issues, and cultural stigmas around seeking healthcare. Culturally informed healthcare providers can work to address these barriers and provide solutions that are sensitive to the needs of the APIDA communities. 3. Better health outcomes. When healthcare providers understand and respect the cultural values and beliefs of APIDA patients and their families, they can provide more effective care. This can lead to better health outcomes for APIDA seniors and their families. And 4. Increased trust. By seeking culturally informed healthcare services, APIDA seniors and their families can build trust with their healthcare providers. This can lead to a stronger relationship between patients and providers and ultimately lead to better health outcomes. In summary, seeking culturally informed healthcare services is an important piece for aging APIDA communities and their families because it can lead to improved communication, better healthcare outcomes, and increased trust between patients and providers. For linked resources and additional information, please visit our blog site. At Caregiver Consulting and Healthy Solutions, we are dedicated to helping you navigate aging together. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.